I'd like to welcome you inside of Lincoln Middle School in Green River, Wyoming. Not as much of a crowd as there was during the Evanston game. However, there's still quite a few here. Varsity boys basketball, the last game of the day, as the Thermopolis Bobcats will take on the Riverton Wolverines. And we also just got this little bombshell before the game. Thermopolis Bobcats boys team currently ranked 3rd in Class 2A basketball. Oh, man, it feels good. But got to keep in mind, they were ranked about the same thing last year when they went 6-0 to start the season, and then the Pinedale tournament came around, and then they went on that losing skid, and they ended up finishing the season with a losing record. So they can't get too cocky here. They're ranked 3rd according to the YO Preps statistics here. Riverton is coming off of a loss here. It looks like they lost to Mountain View, it looks like. It was a bit of a nail-biter, but Riverton's already been upset once today. Bobcats looking to make that 2. Or I guess it wasn't really yesterday. Or it wasn't today, was it? It was yesterday. Either way, Riverton coming into this game 1-3. Bobcats, well, I guess you can't really call it undefeated if they're 2-0.
Our final game here at Lincoln Middle School for Friday's action. Thermopolis Bobcats will be the visitors.
But, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's also another good point there. The Bobcats wearing the purple uniforms for the first time this tournament. They've been wearing whites all day today for JV and not freshmen. Well, not freshmen, but JV and varsity. They wore their whites against Glen Rock today. The girls wore their whites as well all day. They'll get a chance to wear their black and purple tomorrow, but for now they're kind of just stuck with that endless purple. But or not purple. Yeah, well, no, white. I meant to say white. But a couple people that got my eyes on today, though, for the Bobcats. Obviously, Brody Potter. You knew I was going to say that. Brody is a dunk machine, but also Cody Bommingen is going to be one to look at. Ellis Weber, potentially Zach Hasty. I also kind of want to keep a close eye on Dale Dukes as well, but that is more or less just for some inside stuff there. We could also see Brody Welch potentially make an impact once he comes into the game. He's not I don't think he's in the starting 5. However, he is definitely still an impact player and should be kept a close eye on. It looks like getting the tip off here will be Brody Potter and Malachi Smith. So with that, we got numbers on the rosters for the Bobcats. Finally, hallelujah. Never thought it would happen. But once again, Brody Potter, he's a center. He's not very tall, but he does have a bit of a height advantage. Or not really height. I'm sorry, I meant to say a vertical advantage. He's got a bit of a hop to him there, and he is definitely someone you need to keep a close eye on in today's contest. Thermopolis Bobcats wearing the purple. They'll be moving right to left. Riverton wearing the white. And we are underway here for varsity boys action. Shots up and it's no good. Rebounded there by Armani Dukes of the Bobcats. It is not 3-0. Stop lying to them, scoreboard. Shot is up and it is no good for Cody Bommingen as he helps up the Riverton player. They'll have it up onto the corner. Here comes Riverton moving into the into the box. Shot is up and it's good for Riverton. Now remember, Riverton may be 1-3 on the season, but they are still a 4A school. This is something that should really be kept in consideration here when we're seeing a 2A versus 4A matchup. Bobcats are extremely highly ranked. They're top 3 in Class 2A, but that's not exactly a state ranking. That's a class ranking. Here comes Brody Potter. Gives up underneath to Armani Dukes. Dukes kicks it out to Hasty for 3. It's up and it's no good. Falls short of the rim. Riverton on the rebound. They have a 2-0 lead so far. Bobcats kept it really close, but they pulled away in the 4th quarter of that Glen Rock game. Yeah, here comes Riverton. A wide open 3. It's up and it's no good. A miss there by Aiden Kelly of the Riverton Wolverines. Potter in the wing. He'll give it up here to Ellis Weber. Gives it off to Zach Hasty. Hasty to Bomagen. Bomagen using his size here. He'll drive inside. Bomagen kicks it out to Brody Potter. Potter to Weber for three. It's up. Three! Ellis Weber! My voice cracked. And here comes the Wolverines. They'll pass left side. 33 with it. Malachi Smith driving inside. He's got a bit of a height advantage to him there. That's the reason why the Wolverines have him at center. I'd say Malachi is probably the person you want to watch out for in this game as well. Here comes Weber. Gets it up underneath to Armani Dukes. I don't think he was quite ready for it there as it goes out of bounds. Zach Hasty going to pass it in for the Bobcats. 4-3, Riverton on top here. For how long? Gives it up underneath to Brody Potter. Almost dunked it there. The kid is a living highlight reel. If he does not go to a college team after this year, I am going to be mad. Here comes Riverton. Passes right side here. This is to number 55, Ryan Cox. Gives it off left side to Brandon Monroe. Shots up and it's no good. Rebounded by Cody Bomagen. Here comes Ellis Weber. Weber avoids the circle entirely there. Gives it off to Armani Dukes. Dukes passes up to Bomagen on the corner. Bomagen spins, crosses, gives the ball off to Potter. Potter to Weber. I'm sorry. Ellis Weber with it. He'll dribble right side. Kicks it back to Bomagen. Bomagen driving. Shot is up, and it is no good. Oh, but he's still going to get there. A foul. Might be over the back for the Bobcats. So 2 shots. Oh, never mind. So we got subs coming on for Riverton. It looks like 5. Is that a 5? I know that's a 1, but Eric Smith is coming on, and it looks like might be Blake Gantenbean or Gantembian. I don't know how you say that, actually. Riverton with it. Gantembian with the 3. It's up and it's no good. Rebounded by the Bobcats. I think it was Bomagen on the touch there. Gave it off to Hasty. Bobcats, this one goes out of bounds. They lead 5-4 here in this interclass contest. Riverton a full 2 classes above the Bobcats in basketball. They're 4A for basketball. Bobcats got moved down to 2A this year. However, they are not going to see a shortage of Fremont County teams. They'll be playing teams like Wyoming Indian, Wind River, and Shoshone, to name a few. Out of bounds. By the way, Shane Corpening entering, we said this, I think this is his 6th or 7th season as a head coach for the Bobcats. Need to start seeing some results. He's definitely got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder here this season. However, it looks like they're starting off pretty well here despite, last year they kind of started off hard. Like I said, they started off 6-0 and then they lost in that game in Pinedale during the Pinedale Winter Classic, and then they kind of slid downhill from there. Shot is up and it's in for Zach Hasty to broaden the lead to their largest lead of the night. 3-point lead here in Green River. They'll pass right side. Here comes Eric Smith with it. Smith, bounce pass. Gives it off to, I think this is Malachi Smith. Gives it back up to Eric Smith. Smith gives it off now to 13, Josiah Hernandez. Up top, a college range 3. It's up and it's no good. Rebounded by Bomagen of the Bobcats. They'll give it off. Brody Potter with it. He'll give it back to Ellis Weber. Hasty. Bomagen. Shot matches his number. It's up for 3. It's no good. Armani Dukes with the rebound. It's up and it's in! Armani Dukes. Armani, kind of surprising to see him in the starting lineup over his brother. We saw both the Dukes twins start last season. I remember that, but it looks like they're kind of giving Armani more time on the floor here this season. Smith with it. This is Eric Smith, I believe. Gives it left side here to Hernandez. Gives it back. Underneath Malachi Smith. He's up and it's no good. Cody Bomagen, despite kind of being a little bit smaller, I guess, he's definitely not like smaller height-wise, but definitely not a great matchup there on Malachi Smith. He still made it work and he still played incredible defense there on Malachi Smith, kept him at bay and made him miss the shot. So I guess height really does matter a little bit more there in that regard. But Malachi Smith, he doesn't have to worry about that anymore because Smith has just gone to the bench. Hernandez will pass it in. Here comes Eric Smith. 9-4 on the scoreboard here in Green River at Lincoln Middle School. Switches to his left hand. He'll look to pass. And he is being bombarded, and the Bobcat student section is really making it difficult there for Riverton. I say student section, I guess, with air quotes because it's just Bobcat players over there rather than, well, I guess they're still students, but still. Bobcats will inbound. No, they will not. Yes, they will. No, they will not. It'll be Riverton inbounding here. 2:21 to go at the first quarter, in the first quarter here from Lincoln Middle School in the final game of the day for the Bobcats. Here comes Blake Gantenbian. Gives off to Hernandez from the corner. It's up and it's no good. Rebounded by Ellis Weber. Weber to Armani Dukes. Gives off to Cody Bomagen. Bomagen tried to give it off back to Dukes there, but it's stolen away. Collision down there in the paint. Dukes steals it away. Dukes with it. Slings it on over a rugby pass there to Ellis Weber. He'll give it off to Delmonico Dukes now on the far side. Del Dukes. And a traveling violation on Dell, and that will give him back to the Riverton Wolverines. 1:51 to go here in the first quarter. You are watching Varsity Boys Basketball from the Flaming Gorge Classic on 2 Basin Sports, the voice of the Bobcats. Could I possibly say voice of Boysen? Is Riverton close enough to the reservoir that I could say that? Oh, this one's loose. Eric Smith lost control of it there. Well, technically we are serving 2 basins here, the Hot Springs, or the Thermopolis Bobcats in the Bighorn Basin, Riverton, obviously in the Wind River Basin. So I guess this is technically a 2 basins type matchup here. Wind River versus Bighorn. Hey, those are actually 2 schools. Shot is up, and it is in for Brody Potter. That hurt my throat a little bit. Near side, Dale slaps it out. Riverton retains possession, but still a great play there by Dukes. And here comes number 20, Bo Anderson. He's going to pass it in for the Wolverines. I feel like that name's familiar from the freshman game in Lander. I think I might have gotten that completely wrong. Shot is up from 3. It's up and splash. Bo Anderson. Del Dukes giving it back up to Zach Hasty. Hasty passing right side to Bomagen. Bomagen's going to drive right side. He's got Anderson on him there. Kicks it back out to Potter. He's going to take a college 3. It's up and it's no good. Rebounded. Shots up by Brody Welch. It's up and no good. They'll kick it back out. Here comes Hasty. He'll step. Dukes back to Hasty. Back to Del Dukes. Potter comes in, sets the screen. Dell's going to kick it back out to Welch. Welch right side here to Hasty. Hasty will drive right side, takes the mid-range shot. It's in! Splash! Zach Hasty. Here they come. They'll pass far side. That's Bo Anderson with it. He'll move left side. He'll drive into the paint, loses control of the ball. It goes out of bounds. Corpening wants it to go back to the Bobcats. But I think it'll probably end up being Riverton ball here. Watch me get proven wrong. Nope, Riverton will keep possession. Like I said, Shane Corpening over there, he was pointing to the other baseline. He wanted that to be Bobcat ball so bad. Gotta say, Corpening's become quite a bit of a character over there on the sideline. Definitely a lot more animated than in his younger years. Usually it's kind of the exact opposite. You kind of get more stale as you get older. Shots up and it's no good. Welch kind of volleyballs it back to Anderson there. He tried to get it back to the Bobcats there. Drives inside. Blocked! Potter on the block! It's up and it's in for the Riverton Wolverines, but still a fantastic play there by Potter. Well, we'll be right back. It's 13-9. Bobcats on top here in Green River. It's a battle of the Wind River as the Thermopolis Bobcats lead 13-9 over the Riverton Wolverines. 2A versus 4A basketball. We'll be right back from Lincoln Middle School in Green River in just a moment. Lex welcoming back inside of Lincoln Middle School in Green River. Zach Hasty, Dell Dukes, Brody Potter, Brody Welch, and Cody Bomagen, your 5 out there on the floor here to start this second quarter. Bobcat inbound. They'll give it off to Dell Dukes before the 5-second violation. They'll keep this one going. Here comes Hasty. He'll stop. Kicks it back out to Potter. Potter wanted to go for 3 there. He'll give it up to Bomagen. Bomagen inside to Potter. Here he goes. He'll take flight. It's up and it's in. I thought he was... I mean, he kind of did not have enough momentum to dunk it there, but he's done it already once against Glenrock. Obviously, we saw it against Lander. The first highlight in TBSN history that's been posted. And here comes Zach Hasty. Hasty on the steal. Making haste with it there, if you will. Here comes Bomagen. Shots up and a hard fall there. Bomagen, and they all fall down. And we got an injured Wolverine there. It looks like he's holding his knee, so we'll pan the camera away. We won't go anywhere. I think it's Hernandez kind of limping there. He's staying out there on the floor, though. Doesn't look like Riverton's sending in a replacement. However, Thermopolis is, as they will send in, it looks like they'll send in Ellis Weber and Armani Dukes after this free throw. Shots up, and it's in. Splash. Wet like water. 16-9 as Dell Dukes is going to come out off the floor here. Ellis Weber, he's had a good night tonight. I don't think he's gotten himself any points on the board. I think he's got maybe like 2 on the board, but he's had a good night despite not really scoring. A lot of rebounds, a lot of steals. I think that's probably good enough for some coaches. That sounded like I was saying he was a bad player. I'm not. Coming into the game here is Eric Smith. He's coming in favor of Hernandez. Josiah Hernandez headed to the bench. Back underway. Here comes a shot, a contested 3. It's up and it's no good. I don't know what else he expected. And it's rebounded. Brody Welch takes a bit of a fall there to the floor. By the way, Brody Welch, a sophomore, and he is here on the rotation for the varsity lineup. But as soon as I say that, he's taken out of the game. So I probably should not talk about people anymore, because it's like the commentator's curse is a real thing. But Welch has had a good game so far. He's been a pretty key piece up there underneath the basket all season. We know against Lander, I saw him make some impact against Glenrock. And what little I did see of that game, and remember, I came here late, only caught the second half of that boys' game. Shot is up from college range. It's up and it's no good. Rebounded. Eric Smith with it. Smith, step back 3. It's up and it's no good. Riverton has not gotten many of those 3s to fall. They got like 1 or 2. But they are really shooting themselves in the foot there with that. It's a traveling violation on the Bobcats. 6:33 to go here in this second quarter. Riverton might need to discuss things a lot here in this halftime break. And Riverton not normally, I don't think, really that bad of a program. They kind of are off to a pretty bad start, though, here in varsity play. Their freshman team obviously beat Thermopolis. I don't know how the JV team did, but now this means that the boys have played all 3 levels against Riverton. Malachi Smith with it. He's back into the game. Number 33, the big man. Now he's guarded up against Armani Dukes. Shot is up, and it is no good. Smith cannot get it to go. Rebounded down there on the post there by 15, Brandon Monroe. And here comes Armani Dukes. Bobcat's going to set up the offense here. Here comes Zach Hasty. He'll switch hands. Passes right side to Ellis Weber. Weber moves left side. Here comes Dukes. Now to Hasty on the corner. Dukes wanted to set the screen there. He'll try to throw it underneath. I think he thought that Armani Dukes was going to try and get there to the post, but it doesn't look like that really happened. Still 17-9 here in Green River. That scoreboard has not budged very much here in this second. Here comes Brandon Monroe. He'll spin by Cody Bomagen. They'll try to get something underneath. Shots up by Malachi Smith. It's up and it's in, and the Riverton Wolverines will break into double digits. And here comes Ellis Weber. He'll move right side off the screen by Brody Potter. Shots up from mid. It's up and no good. Rebounded by Aiden Kelly of the Wolverines. Eric Smith, shots for 3. It's up and it's in. 3. Eric Smith. Zach Hasty with it. Bobcats starting to slip a little. Kicks it back up to Brody Potter. He fakes out the three. And he's going to try the inside shot. It's up and it's in. Brody Potter. That clock's been running most of the quarter so far. Not very much whistle action here. And looks like we're going to see a new one come in. Nolan Collins taking off his warmers here. He's going to come into the game, as well as Brody Welch and Dell Dukes for the Bobcats. Pump fake by Potter. He'll give it back to Zach Hasty, and that was an ugly pass there, so he'll go back. So Dell Dukes, Brody Welch, and Nolan Collins coming into the game. We also got some subs for Riverton. More subs for Riverton, 10 and 20 coming in. So that is Trenton Weber and Bo Anderson. He's coming back into the game here for the Wolverines. Smith will pass it in. Here comes Anderson. He'll give it right side back to Smith. Shots up, it's no good. Rebounded by Brody Welch. He'll give it off to Dell Dukes. And here comes Bobajan. Ball is loose. Picked back up and just avoids the collision with Dell Dukes. Nolan Collins down there in a traveling violation on the Bobcats. They caught Nolan traveling there. So that is going to give it back to the Wolverines. Man, Welch has been very aggressive in his minutes on the floor today. He also, check that, wasn't him. Shot is up and it is no good. Rebounded. Big man makes the shot. It's up and no good. Right there on Armani's thigh. I thought that did not hit in a good spot, but apparently I was thankfully wrong. Any guys watching or listening to this, you know the pain very well, especially with a basketball. Passing it in will be Bo. What the heck was that sound? Sounded like an elk. I think one of the Bobcats players was making an elk call over there. Malachi Smith runs over a man, and that is going to be a foul on Riverton, although I don't think that was really much for discussion there. Poor Armani Dukes putting his body on the line for that one. 3:59 to go here in the half. And Corpening wants to call a motion here. Brody Welch coming onto the bench here. Nolan Collins had that one. Here comes Cody Bombingen. Bombingen gives it off here. Dell Dukes inside. That was a slap. Gives it off. Collins for three. It's up. It's no good. Rebounded by Riverton. Still 19-14. Thermop on top here in this Wind River rivalry. Here comes Dell Dukes. Gives it up. Potter. It's up and in. I thought that was going to be an alley-oop dunk, but it's still an alley-oop layup. I guess it kind of works. Still really good teamwork there by the Bobcats. I think they're intentionally just trying to create highlight reels. By the way, a football score here in Green River, 21-14. Shots up for Malachi Smith for three. And looks like a Wolverine timeout, so we will take a very quick breather here. And we need one, trust me. 3:15 to go here at the half. Riverton trying to claw their way back. You are watching Bobcat basketball on Two Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. I'd like to welcome you back here inside of Lincoln Middle School in Green River, Wyoming, off of I-80. Right here just before you get into Flaming Gorge recreational area. And we are back underway off the Bobcat timeout. So I apologize for that. It was not a Riverton TO, it looks like. But here comes the Bobcats. Ball is loose, kicks it out, shots up for Dukes for three. It's up and it's no good. Potter on the rebound. Gives it back to Bommingen. And here comes Weber. He'll sling it on over to Hasty. Hasty to back to continuing to share the ball. Dukes underneath. Potter gives it off. Weber for three. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by number 55, Ryan Cox. Obviously one of the biggest guys. Riverton's got a lot of big guys out there on this team, but he's probably one of the biggest. I think Malachi Smith is the biggest, though. Here comes Smith, speaking of which. Gives up underneath to Cox. It's up and no good. Rebounded. And it will go in the Bobcats' favor there. By the way, we will not be back here until about 10:45 tomorrow when the Lady Cats take on the Lady Rangers of Kemmerer High School. So that will open up our action. We will not be broadcasting Star Valley versus Thermopolis JV as planned. However, we're still going to bring some basketball games to you regardless. Bommingen gives it off to Brody Potter. Ellis Weber tries to track it down. It'll go to a backcourt violation. So 2:02 to go here. Subs for Riverton. Sorry, I'm used to them wearing the whites. Here comes Eric Smith. Gives it off to Aiden Kelly in the backcourt. Back to Smith. Eric Smith guarded by Ellis Weber. Gives it off right side. It's taken away. Here comes Bommingen. Bommingen down left side. Here comes Del Dukes. It's up, it's in. 23-17 here in the second. Passes it left side. Malachi Smith. Smith drives left side. Shots up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Bommingen, and he'll rip it away as Cox tried to get it away there. Here comes Ellis Weber. Weber, right side to Del Dukes. Underneath to Potter. Potter uses it. It's up and it's in. He faked him out. And looks like we got a timeout here, so we will take a quick break. It is a Riverton timeout. Oh, check that. Okay, I just made myself look like a complete moron. So here comes Riverton again, 1:10 to go. Cox, backdoor to Smith. Eric Smith with it. He'll pass it underneath back to Cox. Tries to sling it on over. It'll go out of bounds, and it will stay with Riverton. 55 seconds to go here in this second quarter. God, I cannot wait to be back at Thermop tomorrow. I am exhausted. By the way, this is our last basketball action of 2024. I'm thinking about putting together some sort of highlight reel from our coverage this season. Here comes Cox. He's on the right elbow, kicks it back out to Ganton Bien. Shot is up and it is in for Ryan Cox, it looks like. 32 seconds to go here in the half. Del Dukes underneath to Brody Potter. Potter, shot is up from the post. It's up and no good. I think it was rebounded. I can't tell. The maroon numbers and the black outline is not doing anything for me. Malachi Smith with it. He'll pass it left side to Eric Smith. Don't know where I got Ryan from. Yeah, oh, he's still there. Smith with it, gives out to Malachi Smith for a college three. It's up and it's no good, and the buzzer sounds, and that will send us into halftime. 25-19 the score at the half. Bobcats putting on a clinic against the Riverton Wolverines, a 4A versus 2A matchup, and you know, it's really entertaining. This tournament has brought out the best in a lot of these smaller teams in this one. We'll be right back. 25-19 at the half. We'll be back in less than 10 minutes for the start of the second half. I'd like to welcome you back inside of Lincoln Middle School here in Green River. Getting ready to start the third quarter of action here, as you heard the buzzers. Okay, that's an absurdly slow buzzer, but okay. Well, we're getting ready to get back started here in the third quarter, and this has been an interesting game. Bobcats looking to keep the undefeated streak alive. They're 2-0 right now. They're trying to get to 3-0 and hopefully 4-0 tomorrow against Rock Springs, although I think Rock Springs might put a bit of a fight tomorrow. We'll just have to see how that goes. However, right now against Riverton, a 4A squad, they're doing really well. They had their first, well, they played against a 3A team and technically upset Glen Rock, although they were literally in the same class last year. But they beat Glen Rock. They're, knock on wood, looking to beat Riverton here. But right now, this could be a good season. If Thermopolis comes out of this tournament unscathed, this could be a very good season for the Bobcats. And we could be looking at their best season since, we could be looking at a state championship run. Right now, obviously, it's December. That's way too early to be talking about. But, considering that their last banner was hung in 2004, I think I deserve a little bit of optimism. But, when I started broadcasting the Bobcats when I went back in 2018, they went 2 and I think it was something like 2-24, something like that. Or sorry, 2-22. They had only won a handful of games. I think it was one against Shoshone and then another one. And this team has gotten miles better since then. This is a team that I'm actually excited to see, quite frankly. Last year was also the case, and I think this team's only going to get better as the season goes on. So, back underway. 8 minutes to go in this third quarter, and underneath, here comes Cox. Shot is up, it's no good. Malachi Smith on the rebound. That one's up, and that one's no good. He'll grab his own rebound. That one's up, and that one is good. Try saying all that 3 times fast. That is the pace of varsity basketball right there. Here comes Brody Potter with it. Potter skip pass over to Zach Hasty underneath to Cody Bomagen. Bomagen shots up, and it's a foul. 7:31 to go as Bomagen will take 2 tickets to free throw land. First team foul and first personal foul for number 3, Garrett Jackson, it looks like. Or sorry, check that. Aiden Kelly. Still first personal. First shot was up and no good for was up and in for Bomagen, and this one's going to be up and good as well. Back underway. Here comes the 13 of Josiah Hernandez, the senior on the team here. Not a lot of seniors. Oh, check that. It's half seniors. Shot is up. No good. Rebounded there by Armani Dukes. Bobcats running cowboy. This is going to be Ellis Weber with it. Weber. And it's out of bounds. Stays with the Bobcats. 7:02 to go. Gives it inside. Brody Potter, right side. Gives it off now to Zach Hasty. Hasty kicks it out to Armani Dukes. Penetrates the arc here. He'll give it back up to Ellis Weber on the corner. Weber kicks it out to Brody Potter. Potter left side to Hasty. Hasty right side, and this one is out of bounds. It will go back to the Wolverines. They'll pass this one back in. Bring it up now is 13, Josiah Hernandez. Gives it up to Cox. He'll keep a hold of it, though, despite that. And here comes Brendan Monroe for 3. It's up and splash. It's giving me flashbacks to the Lander freshman game. Bobcats have got to keep this under control here. They'll kick it out here to Bomagen. Bomagen slings it on over to Potter. Potter, pump fake, shots up, it's no good, and it will be a foul. The foul committed there by number 11, Aiden Kelly. Or sorry, check that, by number 33, Malachi Smith, his second personal foul. Second team foul for the Wolverines. Shot is up, and it is no good for Potter. .6:11 to go. Shots up for Bommingen. It's no good. Malachi Smith on the rebound. Rebounded there by number 13. Josiah Hernandez now bringing up, not rebounded, I'm sorry. Left side, shot is up, and it is no good for the Wolverines. Rebounded by Ellis Weber. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter of this Varsity Boys game. Here comes Armani Dukes underneath to, Hasty taking it for three. It's up, it's no good. Potter on the rebound. Potter is going to dunk it! And that's another one there. A highlight reel play for Brody Potter. Like I said in Lander, that's just not a surprise to me anymore. I don't think it's a surprise to any one of his teammates or his fans. 5:27 to go after a Brody Potter dunk. Shot is up, and it's no good. And fun fact, after Brody Potter scored his dunk against Glen Rock, it started going better for the Bobcats. I think those kinds of things are kind of demoralizing to the other team because it's like, you just got dunked on in high school. College, NBA, NBA is expected, right? But right side, picks it up. Cody Bommingen slings it on over to Brody Potter. Keeps it there. Ball is loose and picked up by Hasty. Inside, it's up and in. Zach Hasty on the bucket. Malachi Smith with it. Driving, and he will run right on over. Runs right on over Cody Bommingen. They're going to say that it was a blocking foul on the Bobcats, and Malachi Smith was holding his leg there for a moment, but he looks like he's okay. One of the fans over there jeering, it's basketball, not football. That was funny to hear. Somewhat. Whistle for the clock, it looks like. So we've had a couple of those this tournament where they've had to reset the clock, but yep, there they go. They're going to add 15 seconds there, so 4:30 to go in the third. Because it was a running clock during that. Gives up to Kelly, and now it'll be underneath to Cox. It's blocked by Potter. Taken back by number 15, Monroe. Gives it out now to Kelly. Kelly will look to pass inside to Cox. Cox, back turn to Dukes. And stripped, stolen away. Bommingen does a bit of a shovel pass there to Brody Potter. Back to Armani Dukes. Now Bommingen passing left side to Hasty. Hasty to Weber. Weber trying to penetrate here. He'll kick it back up to Hasty. Now Bommingen, he wanted to go for three, but thinks better of it. Gives up inside to Armani Dukes. Dukes slings it on over to Potter. Potter to Weber. He'll drive inside. He has a lay to the basket. It's up and it's in. I got to say, this is one of the best flowing Bobcats teams I've ever watched. Even last season, even early last season, Bobcats weren't this smooth. This is a group that's got it figured out. They know what they're doing here. And I think that'll be beneficial to them when they head into conference play in January. Shots up and it's no good. Rebounded there by Cox. Kicks it back out to number 15, Brandon Monroe. Monroe dribbling. He's going to look here. Sends number 1 in motion, Smith. Kelly giving off now to Cox on the left wing. Armani Dukes kind of pokes it away a little bit there. 3:05 to go. Shots up from 3. It's up and it's in. Splash. And we got a timeout called here, it looks like. So and trying to see if it's a Riverton timeout, and yes, it is. So we'll be right back. You are watching Varsity Boys Basketball on Two-Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. Riverton timeout, 33-27. Bobcats still on top. Thanks for welcoming you back. It looks like the Riverton Lady Wolverines have invaded the gymnasium here. Supporting their Riverton Wolverines, obviously. Third quarter of action, Riverton down to Thermopolis 33-27, this inter-conference matchup, or inter-class matchup. Giving off, here comes Weber. Weber trying to take flight, he'll take a hard fall instead. 2:53 left. And a foul looks like on Riverton, so they will give Ellis Weber some free throws, and he has to shake it off a little bit. That was a hard fall to the floor. Getting the rebound here for the Wolverines will be Garrett Jackson and Malachi Smith. Shots up, and it's no good. Well, the Riverton girls team now acting as a student section for the Wolverines. Smith and Jackson will switch sides of the key here. Shots up for Weber. It's up and it's in. And here comes the Wolverines. 34-27, it's a football score. Bounce pass, gives it off to Malachi Smith. Smith looking for options, steps out. Trying to throw Brody Potter off guard there, but you can't really fake him out too much there. 2:36 to go. Passing it in will be Blink Gantanbien, I'm sorry. And a 5-second violation here on the Wolverines, I think. Yep, it's on Riverton. I forgot that they switched sides apparently, and despite the fact we're like 4 minutes into the quarter. Hasty inside to Armani Dukes. Back door, here comes Zach Hasty. Hasty will cross the midcourt line. Gives off to Weber. Looks like a call there on Thermopolis. Gives it back to Riverton. We got a sub for the Wolverines. Number 20 coming onto the floor. Looks to be Bo Anderson. He's made an impact tonight as the bench player for the Wolverines. Here comes Eric Smith. He'll pass left side. Here comes number 11, Aiden Kelly. Driving left side. Kicks it back out to the three. Eric Smith with it. Pump fakes. Passes left side. This is Garrett Jackson with it. He'll sling it back over to Smith. Smith floats it up to Malachi Smith, and that one's going to go out of bounds. Back to the Bobcats. 2:02 to go. You are watching Thermopolis Bobcats basketball on Two Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. Here comes Cody Bobbingen here getting ready to inbound the ball for Thermopolis. You look at the scoreboard and you're kind of blown away because you got to think about this. Thermopolis is 2A, Riverton is 4A for basketball. Feels weird saying because I know that they're 3A for football. Shots up for Bobbingen. It's up and it's no good. And rebounded by Hasty. It's up and it's in. And a timeout has been called. And I think it might have been a Bobcat timeout, but I'm not quite certain. No, yep, it is a Bobcat timeout, so we will take a quick break. Zach Hasty has been the king of the post today. He has gotten a lot of those inside shots off. We'll be right back from inside of Lincoln Middle School in Green River in just a moment. 36-27 here in the home of the Wolverines. The Lincoln Wolverines, not Riverton. Thanks for looking back. 1:48 to go in the third quarter of tonight's action. We'll be up bright and early tomorrow with the girls as the Lady Bobcats take on the Kemmerer Lady Rangers. I'll be right here from Lincoln Middle School, and then we got to skedaddle back on over to Rock Springs as the Bobcats take on, well, the Rock Springs Tigers at the Rock Springs High School. It'll be our second broadcast from Tiger Arena. This one is, oh, we forgot to put the scorebook back out. I apologize for that, but 1:40 to go here. Riverton will get set to pass this one in. Gives it up here. Moving near side and a whistle. And a traveling violation on the Wolverines, number 11, Aiden Kelly. 1:35 to go here in the third. So 95 seconds to go. Brody Potter passing it back here to Dell Dukes. Dell with it. Backdoor to Zach Hasty. Hasty, Bomagen in the paint, spins, shots up, it's no good. Rebounded by Cox. Ryan Cox has been a good big man today for the Wolverines. Malachi Smith also has done his fair share of the work today as well. He's done fantastic. Aiden Kelly, shots up from three. No good there by number 20. He gets it underneath. He'll have another opportunity. That one goes in, so Bo Anderson does end up getting the basket. Anderson's been a decent shooter today for the Riverton Wolverines. He's been a guy to watch here throughout the course of this game. Armani Dukes getting it back to Zach Hasty on the back door. Hasty kind of pushes it to Bomagen there. Bomagen driving inside, kicks it back out to Armani Dukes. He's going to step out. He's going to try and drive inside. Gives off to his brother Dell. He'll go right lane. Shot is up, and it's a foul. Well, if you can't dunk it like Brody can, at least try to get some shots inside, see what points you can get out of it or what fouls you can get called. Bobcats using the interior there. They'll go to the line for two. Dell Dukes will be the benefactor of the foul by Malachi Smith, his third personal foul. Shots up and it's no good. By the way, fourth team foul for the Wolverines, so they're one away from the bonus here in the third, although it's not going to be much lived. Malachi Smith is headed out here. And looks like they're calling a technical foul here on Riverton. They said number 23, or number 33. So I think Malachi Smith did something that the referees did not like. They have given Riverton a technical foul. Okay, so this happened in the girls' game, but at least we're prepared for this one now. So not caught off guard by this one this time. Shots up by Dell Dukes. It's up and no good. So I think Malachi Smith got a little bit frustrated there with the foul. I think he kind of probably smacked the bleachers. So a technical foul on Riverton, so that'll give Armani Dukes some free throws here. Shots up. Shots up and in. .37 seconds left. Shots up and no good. So I think the Bobcats will have possession here. Malachi Smith is at the end of the bench there. He's looking very frustrated, very disappointed, very upset. I don't know what he did to warrant the technical. It looks like they might have crossed the line there quite literally on that inbound, so we'll give it back to Riverton. Real sportsmanlike, Riverton, real sportsmanlike. Back underway, here we go. 33 seconds to go. Bounce pass to Ryan Cox. Cox, left side, they'll pass it. Here comes number 20, Bo Anderson. He'll go underneath the basket. Thinks he has a shot, and he does. A foul. So 2 shots coming up for Bo Anderson of the Riverton Wolverines. Armani Dukes and Brody Potter will be in charge of getting the rebound on that second shot, and both teams are in bonus for the remainder of the third quarter. The foul committed by number 22. There's not even a 22 on the floor, is there? Oh, yep, there is. Dell Dukes. I apologize. But not anymore, as it looks like number 5, Ellis Weber, is going to come back onto the floor for the Bobcats. 30-37 here. Shots up. Good. They'll make both shots. Underneath, Ellis Weber gives it off to Brody Potter. Bommingen passes it right side to Potter. Potter to Weber. Weber will move left side. He'll drive into the paint. Kicks it to Brody Potter. Slings it on over to Armani Dukes. He loses control and it goes out of bounds. 2 seconds left here on the board in the third. 37-31 on the TBSN scoreboard. Number 13, Josiah Hernandez, is going to pass this one in. They're not going to take the full court. Not in time anyway. If you watched our Evanston broadcast, the girl made the half court shot to end the second quarter. We haven't seen anything like that since. However, that guy just came close. We'll be right back for the start of the third quarter in less than 60 seconds. Do not go anywhere. You are watching Varsity Boys Basketball on Two Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. 37-31 here from Lincoln Middle School in Green River. Mike talking you back here for the start of the fourth quarter from Lincoln Middle School in Green River, Wyoming. And what a game this has been. The Thermopolis Bobcats 8 minutes away from upsetting the Riverton Wolverines, but first they got to complete the quarter. Right now they're kind of slipping away. Riverton hasn't gotten too close, but they have also not been very far away. Back underway. They'll sling it up here to Dell Dukes, and this one's taken away. Malachi Smith back into the game here. Shots up from 3. It's up and it's in. We gave the wrong team points. We apologize. Zach Hasty with it. He'll drive, kicks it out to Brody Potter. Potter to Ellis Weber. He'll drive inside, kicks it out to Bobbage, and it goes out of bounds. They've got to chill out here. Bobcats still with the lead, but for how long? Here come the Wolverines. Pass it right side here to Eric Smith. Smith left side to Ryan Cox. Cox back to Smith. He'll drive, kicks it. Oh, no, he'll go back. He'll kick it out to 15, Brandon Monroe. Monroe to 33, Malachi Smith. Smith steps. This one is loose. Eric Smith with it. He'll go near side. Out of bounds. Here they go, Armani Dukes with it. And it looks like a foul here. And they're going to have free throws awarded here to Riverton. We apologize for the radio silence there. Shots up and it's no good. They'll get another opportunity. Shots up and it's in. 2-point game here in Green River. Here they come. 6:50 to go here in tonight's action here from Green River. They'll sling it on over onto the left side. They'll dribble, kicks it back out, 3 on its way. It's up and it's no good. Rebounded by Potter. Potter to Ellis Weber. Weber with it. Dribbles, passes left side. Kicks it out to Armani Dukes. Dukes back to Weber. Weber takes the pull-up jumper for 2. It's up and no good. And it's rebounded there by, looks like, Eric Smith. Smith wide open there. He'll just kick it back. I'm surprised he didn't take the shot. Back over to Eric Smith. And the Bobcats won a technical there. I see one of the players signaling for one. Ellis Weber back to Cody Bommingen. Bommingen slips on it there. It's looks like a timeout, so we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back from inside of Lincoln Middle School here in Green River. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Bobcat Basketball on T-Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats. Talking back from Lincoln Middle School here in Green River, Wyoming. 37-35 here in this matchup here between the Thermopolis Bobcats and the Riverton Wolverines. Day 2 of the Flaming Gorge Classic from Green River and Rock Springs. We'll be here in Green River tomorrow at 10 o'clock or so for the game against Kimmer, the girls' game, but Varsity will be playing at about 3 o'clock or so in Rock Springs. At Rock Springs High School, they'll be playing the Tigers, and a backcourt violation on Thermopolis. So what is going on with the Bobcats here? They'll get set to pass it in here. Aiden Kelly gives it off. Here comes Eric Smith with it. Ball is loose. And both Bommingen and Smith took a bit of a tumble on that play there. We got subs here coming on for both Thermopolis and Riverton. Dell Dukes coming onto the floor while 21-0. I don't know. I mean, I know who 0 is. It's Blake Gantanbien, but Bobcat ball off the call. They'll give it inside. Dell Dukes with it. Dukes gives it off to Brody Potter. Now to Ellis Weber. Far side to Dukes again. Armani Dukes with it on the left wing. He'll move. He'll retreat back to the volleyball line. Gets left side to Zach Hasty. Hasty's shot is up and it is in, but no basket. No basket as they considered a traveling violation. Still a 2-point game, but the Bobcats have got to lock in here. Here comes Malachi Smith. Smith kicks it back. They're going to have some motion around here, around the arc here. Here comes out Malachi Smith. Ball is poked loose. Zach Hasty picks it up. Back to Ellis Weber. Weber near side to Hasty. Del Dukes pump fakes. He'll bounce pass inside to Brody Potter. Potter kicks it out to Dukes. Dukes steps back. He'll drive inside. Dukes, Delmonico Dukes with it now. He'll go left side. It's off the bottom of the basket. Ellis Weber, Armani Dukes with it. They're looking for an open opportunity. I know they are. Here comes Zach Hasty. He's going to have it here from college range. It's up. It's no good. He'll try to grab his own rebound. And a foul, it looks like, as he runs into number 1, Eric Smith. 55 and 11 coming onto the floor here for the Wolverines. So that is Ryan Cox and Aiden Kelly. Back underway here in Green River. Smith, backdoor. They'll pass left side. It's tipped. Brody Potter on the tip there. Goes out of bounds. Stays with Riverton, but still a fantastic play. They pass it up. Eric Smith with it. Smith. Right side, he'll backdoor. This is Bo Anderson with it now. Halfway through the fourth quarter here in Green River. Shots up from long. It's up and no good. Rebounded. Weber pokes it back. Armani Dukes has it. Dukes to Weber. Del Dukes shot is up for 3. It's up and no good. Armani Dukes tried to go for the rebound there. Shots up, pulls up for the 3. It's up, it's no good. Del Dukes tried to go for the rebound. Faked out, and it's up and no good. Del with the rebound. Very lucky there. Ryan Cox did not get it. Spot around. Zach Hasty! But no, it's not going to count again. A foul called on Thermopolis as Hasty went to the basket. How many points have been taken off the board because of the offensive fouls? The Bobcats have got to pull it together. Here comes Thermopolis with it. Riverton. Aiden Kelly passes it off here to Eric Smith, and a call on Riverton will give it back to Thermopolis. Ellis Weber going to pass it in for Thermop. Riverton's got 2 players playing up here. Now 3. Looks like they're matching up. Del Dukes still in the lead as the Bobcats. They haven't scored all quarter. Here it comes. It'll go back to Riverton. Should have probably stayed with the Bobcats. I saw it off the arm of one of the Wolverines. And we got a timeout called. We'll take a quick break, 37-35. So looking you back here inside of Lincoln Middle School here on the camp, or here in Green River, Wyoming. 37-35 is your score. Bobcats still on top, but for how long? The Bobcats have got to pull it together or at least survive these next 3:30. Back underway here in Green River. 3:30 to play to decide whether we're going to see an upset or not. And here comes Del Dukes on the steal. Gives off to Armani. Ellis Weber with it. Near side, he'll give it a pass over to Armani Dukes. Dukes behind the back to Del. Gives it off to Zach Hasty. Nope, he's going to stop. Gives it off to Armani Dukes. Almost goes out of bounds, though. Dukes back to Zach Hasty. They could probably just waste a little bit of time here. Gives it off to Brody Potter. Inside shot! It's up and in! Brody Potter! 2:50 to go here in this game. Now into the corner. Shots up for three. It's up. Swish! Zach Hasty back to Ellis Weber. Jump stop. They'll pass right side to Del Dukes. Dukes. And a whistle there. It looks like a blocking foul on Riverton. (39-38). Riverton is one foul away from giving Thermopolis free throws, so they got to be careful here. Ellis Weber inside the paint. Kicks it back out to Del Dukes. He'll go inside. Shots up. It's in! Dukes on the inside dish, and it's in for two. 3-point game here in Green River. Still anybody's game. Here comes Aiden Kelly. Pump fake. Gives it inside to Ryan Cox. Cox takes it back out. 2-minute warning. College three is on its way. It's no good. Rebounded. Eric Smith. He's being doubled here. They'll drive inside. Picks it up. Inside shot is up and no good. Ball still loose. Picked up by Smith. And it's out of bounds, it looks like. Either that or foul for Thermop. We got free throws actually coming up here for Eric Smith. 1:49 to go in this game. Shots up. Good. And here comes number 13, Josiah Hernandez, back onto the floor. Smith's second shot coming up. Armani Dukes and Brody Potter on rebound duty. And we'll take another break here as Riverton calls a timeout. We'll be right back from inside of Green River in just a moment here at Lincoln Middle School. Well, we welcome you back from the Riverton timeout here. Bobcats up 41-40, but for how long? And this has been doing good holding onto the lead here so far. But Riverton, you can really tell they're really trying to wait to strike here. Passing inside, Del Dukes. Here comes Zach Hasty. Hasty switches to his left. He's going to try and drive inside. Shots up and a foul. And a blocking foul on Riverton. So this will still be just an inbound, but it is going to send Thermopolis into the bonus. Keep that in mind. They'll throw it up here. Armani Duke's shot is inside. It's a foul. That's free throws coming up. Well, both Riverton and Thermopolis are in the bonus here, so fouls from either team from now on will result in free throws. But right now, Armani Dukes will go to the line for two. Shots up. And it's in. 42-40, Thermopolis on top. If they win this game, this could mean a lot for their ranking heading into heading into 2025. Armani Duke, shots up and it's in. 3-point game, and we got a sub here for Riverton. Number 15, Brandon Monroe, the senior, coming onto the floor here for the Wolverines. Headed out is Josiah Hernandez. They'll pass it in. 1:38 to go in this game. check that. Eric Smith gives it back. Here comes Brandon Monroe. Shots up for three. It's contested. It's up and it's no good. It's rebounded. It's up and it's no good. Rebounded by Dukes. He'll give it out to Brody Potter. Far side. Zach Hasty. And it'll stay with the Bobcats as they try to kind of go one-on-one there for the ball. 116. And looks like another timeout, so we'll take a quick break. For the life of me, I can't tell you who it is for. It's for the Bobcats. Welcome you back to coverage of varsity boys basketball on Two-Basin Sports Network, the voice of the Bobcats from the Flaming Gorge Classic, spanning through Green River and Rock Springs. Back underway, here comes Armani Dukes. 1:14 to go in the game. Gets it up inside, ball's loose, taken away by Malachi Smith. Far side, here come the Wolverines. 3-point game. Bounce pass. Gives it off here to Ryan Cox. He'll pass left to Malachi Smith. Smith gives it back here to Eric Smith. Smith takes a long jumper. It's up and it's no good. And it will go out of bounds. 45 seconds to go here in Green River. Armani Dukes inside. Brody Potter. Gives off Zach Hasty, breakaway, inside the paint, it's up, it's in! And Zach Hasty has been all over it this game. Right side, Malachi Smith with it inside the paint, pump fake, shots up, it's in. 20 seconds to go here in this game. Here comes Potter. Slings it on over to Hasty. Hasty back to Weber. Weber to Armani Dukes. Dell Dukes with it in the corner. He'll drive right side. Kicks it back up to Ellis Weber. And Dukes will try to hold on to it here. They're going to try and foul. And they will. And time to deliver our Two-Basin Sports Network player of the game. It's going to end up being Zach Hasty. He has created the most opportunities tonight, I feel, for the Bobcats. Honorable mentions go to, of course, we have to give our shout-outs here to Malachi Smith, Ryan Cox, Eric Smith, and Aiden Kelly for the Riverton Wolverines for the Bobcats. I kind of want to give my shout-outs today to, of course, Brody Potter and then Armani and Dell Dukes. They both have done fantastic today for the Bobcats, but your player of the game is Zach Hasty. And they're going to take another timeout. So this is going to be Bobcat timeout. We'll be right back from inside of Lincoln Middle School in Green River, Wyoming in just a moment. Welcome you back here inside of Lincoln Middle School here in Green River. I think 3 seconds to go on the clock here, and it's been a game to remember for both sides here, no matter who ends up winning this. But free throws are coming up. Armani Dukes. If he misses this, there is a chance Riverton could tie it up. We could go to overtime. They don't call it the Flaming Gorge Classic for nothing. This has produced a ton of great games here this season, or this year's edition. Shots up. It's in. Dukes buries the free throw. A lot's going to have to happen for Riverton here to get the win. 2, 1, shots up, and they'll get a last-second shot off, but it's not enough. And Thermopolis takes down Class 4A Riverton. What an upset. Thermopolis wins this one 46-44. They advance to 3-0 on the season. These boys have got to be proud of themselves. They've taken down one of the biggest programs in the state, being in Class 4A. Riverton will move on to day 3 tomorrow. And what a game this has been. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in here on Two Basin Sports Network. We'd like to apologize we're on the Riverton side of the stands, so we'd like to apologize for getting maybe a little too excited, but that's just kind of the part of the job description, I guess. But 46-44, the final score. That rhymed. And we'll see you back here tomorrow in this exact gymnasium tomorrow at 10:45, I believe. You can check the program for probably the most accurate information. Actually, you know what? I might as well just bring it up for you. I might as well. Why not? But I know for sure that I know who the opponents are at the very least. So, Flaming Gorge Invitational. Flaming Gorge Invitational. Where is it? Okay, it's in my email. So thank you, by the way, to Brandon Daramidi for sending this to me on Wednesday nights. So I have been well prepared for this ahead of time. Where that is not what I wanted. There we go. Okay, so the schedule is going to look like this. Thermopolis will play tomorrow versus Kemmer. That will be a girls' game. That'll be up at, if it'll let me see. Okay, it'll be up here at Lincoln Middle School. That game will tip off after the Bear Lake versus Rollins game. So that'll be at 10:40 a.m. And then we'll go Johnny on the spot over to Rock Springs, although we really don't need to be Johnny on the spot this time. For Thermopolis as they take on Rock Springs, that will round out the tournament for Thermopolis and probably in general. That will be day 3. Not a lot of games on day 3, unfortunately. 5 games per site. So once again, 10:40 a.m. tomorrow. The Lady Bobcats take on the Lady Rangers of Kemmerer, followed by varsity action at 3:40 from Rock Springs High School at Tiger Arena as the Thermopolis Bobcats take on the Rock Springs Tigers. And I think it'll be a good game. If this game's anything to go by, it's been really good. Thermopolis really proven they deserve that number 3 ranking in 2A. So just hoping it doesn't be a repeat of last season where they won 6 in a row and then fell off a cliff. So we'll be back tomorrow here for that Kemmerer game. But for now, we'd like to thank everyone so much for watching. And as always, have a safe drive home if you're driving home tonight. And please do not pet the buffalo. We'd like to thank you so much for watching. 46-44, the final score here from Lincoln Middle School. The Thermopolis Bobcats victorious over a 4A opponent here in Green River.